Grounded.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, gonna be Flash, gonna be Stork, gonna be what? We're back on Roaring Currents, everyone's favorite map right now, top right. It is a blue Terran player, it is a Flash, bottom left, it is Stork. Okay, so Protoss players don't like this map against Zerg, because apparently Zerg players have been winning a lot on this map, but I kind of feel like every single ASL match I watched with PvZ, the Protoss forgot something important, right? Forgetting Corsairs, forgetting Maelstrom, forgetting Psystorm, forgetting some splash damage. And I feel like they can play better against Zerg players on this map. So, I don't know, man. Let me know in the comments what you think about this map. I just like it a lot because it has islands, man. Islands with more minerals than... Actually, hang on a second. This one doesn't have more minerals. What the heck? Somebody told me that the expansions have more minerals than the ones on land, but okay, so this expansion here has 1,000. This one has 1,200 because it's on an island. Okay, so other than your natural and your main base, expanding anywhere else gets you fewer minerals and less gas, question mark? Less gas than expanding to an island. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough indeed. So this island over here, this island here, this island here, this island here. There are a lot of places to expand on the mainland, but again, if you only expand on the mainland and your opponent takes the islands, they have more available resources than you do. So hey, take the islands. All right, Flash, what are we doing here today? Checking for, I guess, a proxy of some kind? Here from Stork, it is a barcode. So barcodes are known for being cheesy, man. Ooh, Nexus first here, cross spawn. Cross spawn on this map is long enough to get away with the Nexus first. But if it's a two-player map otherwise, I feel like the rush distance is a little bit too low. A command center first here from Flash. So CC first versus Nexus first here on Roaring Currents. Dude, RJB, you spoil us, man. Check them out, youtube.com/@RJB_TV. And it's a PVT. I think this is my first PVT cast on this map. PVZs, I've cast a TVZ, I think, on this map, maybe. I don't know, man. My memory is going as I get older. I am 42 years old, or 42 years young, depending on your definition. And this probe says, I am PD the probe, and let's see what's going on. Oh, it's a command center first. Okay, so CC first, countering my Nexus first play here. So what's your reaction here, sir? Barracks not even halfway done. Maybe an early third? That's what a Zerg player would do, and maybe this probe is moving out to do an early third base. Maybe throw down a couple more gateways, maybe Dragoon pressure here a little bit earlier than usual to counter the command center first here from Flash, but it's a ramp leading up to the natural base. I don't know. Easy to defend. Cybernetics core on the way. I think Stork says we're just going to play this standard here. Maybe take a little bit of an earlier third base. This probe is ready for it. And Cybernetics core here. Gas on the way. As soon as we have enough gas, we're going to make a factory. And this probe says, are we ever going to get 400 minerals? You continue to make probes. Making probes requires minerals that I need to make this Nexus. And this probe says, run! Trying to hide inside your base and see what your tech path is, man. Flash, let me hide. Oh, never mind. We are dead. We are deader than a doornail. Jukin. Nope. Flash is better than Jukin. Woo! So factory. Yes, indeed. Factory on the way. And there's the expansion. Okay, expansion here. Right at 3 minutes and 55 seconds. So third base earlier than usual. Again, to counter the command center first here from our guy, Flash. Flash. 100-yard dash, man. Everything looking great. Robotics facility on the way here as well. Robo facility. Excellent stuff. I want to see who takes the first island. I do want to see here. Robotics facility, again, helps you take islands. Ooh, 2 starports here from Flash. Starports help you take islands as well, but... What? 2-port command center first opening against Protoss on Roaring Currents. Is this going to be battle cruisers or something? Hang on a second. Supply depot in the production tab. Let's see if a science facility comes up as soon as this starport finishes, because, yo, battle cruisers and a TVP, anyone? I would be super interested to see BCs. We can't see if that's the... Okay, so starport done. Starport done. And control towering. Okay. Supply depot. Maybe it's going to be cloaked wraiths. Observatory. Observatory, Stork. You need mobile detection. Okay, observatory here at the natural base. Okay, good. So it is a wraith. Wraith awaiting launch orders here. Academy on the way for our guy Flash for scans. Maybe he scans out the obs and then kills the Protoss with wraiths? Dude, this is such a weird build. It's a 2-port, well, 1-port wraith. We have a dropship here. Expanding to an island is my guess right now, again, because of all the stuff I've been talking about here. This bridge separates you from your opponent. This is the only way to get across land to your opponent's base, this bridge. So if you defend it, you can't be attacked by land unless you have a chance to defend. This wraith is hoping it across. Again, cloak on the way for this wraith. What? This is such a weird game. Again, Roaring Currents. Non-standard plays. Non-standard. Here. Got a photon cannon inside the mineral line. Dude, I like it. Is this blind? I don't think we saw the wraith here. Oh my gosh. A siege tank drop with a wraith for spotting. Can this reach the mineral line? Oh my gosh. You can reach the mineral line from across that wall. On Roaring Currents. Dude, Flash. Exploit here on Roaring Currents. All mining from the natural base has been stopped here. Oh my gosh. And the wraith for spotting. This tank positioning, dude. Oh, there we go. Scanning and sniping off the observer like I said. But these wraiths are not a match for a cannon. Cannon inside the main mineral line as well, and inside the third. Dude, what the heck is this game? It is insane. Just more and more wraiths, but again, okay, so baiting the wraiths. Dragoon down here. Okay, we have a shuttle, so now we can counter. We can counter these tanks here. The wraiths going this way so that the wraiths cannot snipe the shuttle until zealots unload here. Shuttle is down. Tank down as well. Sniping, wow, sniping down a Dragoon. And bring around the Rosie here with this tank. I don't think he can keep it alive here. These wraiths are so bad against zealots. Bam, tank down. Zealot down, tank down, but job done. Tanks, no. No more tanks here. Behind the wall at the natural base here, so it is safe to bring back these probes, and here they come. Dude, what? This is insanity. All right, 2 more tanks, says Flash. And these wraiths are like, okay, we did not protect these tanks against shuttles well enough, so let's go ahead and make sure we are on the alert and on the patrol for shuttles now. And, okay, we have Cloak. We have, there we go. Excellent job by Stork. And, okay, so 2 unsieged tanks juggling the tanks here. And shuttle down, unloading 1 more Dragoon. Taking down the wraiths. And, okay, so these 2 tanks are alive. They are hurt, but they are alive. 3 kills, sieging up here. And Wraith says, can we take down this observer before we die? The answer is very close and no. Tank down, Dragoons down again, denying. Mining a natural base here. 5 kills for this siege tank and 36 hit points, 17 hit points. It's like, all right, good enough. Good enough. I don't think we can go ahead and defend these tanks without going home and protecting them and repairing them first. Expanding down the right side to an island. Here is Flash while all that went on. And maybe expanding to the 12 o'clock here. For our guy Stork, he knows. He knows about the islands. He knows they have more resources here, but it's easier to expand to a normal land base. Excellent job by these Dragoons. Just a little bit of some pressure there, forcing the tanks to siege up. And yeah, here, oh, never mind. So 4th base here. 5th base, maybe. Scanning. Are we doing? Oh my gosh, we are doing it. Fleet beacon. Double Stargate, triple Stargate. We've got 1 gas. We have 2 gas. We have 3 gas. We have 4 gas. We have carriers on the way. Excellent scan there by Flash. Carry capacity on the way here for the fleet beacon as well. But we have Wraith Tech. We have Wraith Tech available here. But Charon Boost. Charon Boost and Goliath is going to be the answer here for our guy Flash. I think all of the Wraiths are dead at this point of the game. Okay, Wraith here. One Wraith. One Wraith is not enough to take down one carrier, let alone 3 at a time, as being pumped out now here by Stork. What an insane game. This is crazy stuff. We have +1 air weapons. We've got +1 vehicle weapons on the way here too from Flash. Unupgraded factory units, unupgraded air units, but upgrades are on the way for those of you who like upgrades, which should be each and every one of you, man. Dude, tap this like button. What an insane PvT this is starting out to be. I cannot even tell you how excited I am for this. He's making science vessels, maybe for D-Matrix, maybe for EMP against these carriers. All right, 63 to 69 workers. Flash is in the lead. 127 to 106, though, is the army, well, not the army supply, the full supply here for Stork. He's ahead. And he's going to go ahead and drop on this third base here from Flash. And it is basically unprotected. Okay, so you have Marines here, but Zealots against Marines? Nope. Bunker canceled. Forcing a liftoff here, forcing an evac here. And no, not enough to snipe the dropship. But a denial of the third base here by Stork. I love it, man. +1 attack is finished on these ground units, forcing the command center to fly away. And maybe fly away here up to the 12 o'clock, which is easier to defend, I think, than this island. 141 supply here for Stork. First 3 carriers here. Carry capacity done. Making interceptors. Dude, is that Scarab damage? Why the heck do we have Scarab damage researching? We have a Scarab, I guess, but Scarab damage is not very popular, not very much seen here against a Terran, but fair enough, man. I guess attacking islands against Reaver, I guess Reaver dropping, I guess defending islands. Reavers are good because you can't unload sieged tanks. Unloading non-siege tanks are an excellent target for these Reavers, maybe. But it's a big mech push here from Flash. He's behind, 22 supply, but ahead in workers. And +1 attack is done here. Bam. Reaver down. Oh my gosh, Dragoons, do not engage. Do not engage with this. Not even close. Please don't be doing it, man. Stork, buddy, where are your carriers? 3 more carriers on the way here. But again, if you see your opponents making carriers, one option is just go kill them, because carrier transitioning leaves you a little bit weak as the Protoss while your resources are tied up in carrier production. We have 5 carriers here. Just, I guess, countering. Nexus down. 3rd Nexus down. 4th Nexus not very well defended. I'm worried for its life and its sake here. Expanding to the middle here, and carrier harassing the 4th base here of Flash. No missile turrets are not enough to defend against 5 carriers. We're not even evacuating these probes here at the 4th base. Dude, what is going on? Okay, so finally responding with, there we go, with tanks, with Goliaths. But no, too many carriers here, not enough Goliaths. Another Nexus down. Dude, this is insanity. Sniping down everything. Carrier capacity, carrier micro here. 59 SCVs to 42, but SCVs are being killed by the dozens right now by these carriers, man. And now it's 6 carriers. And now it's 6. And guess what? You got +2 attack for those guys. You got 1/1 upgrades for those guys. We've got 145 to 142 supply here now. Army value does favor the Protoss player. EMPing the carriers. That science vessel before he died. Holy haralabob. What an insane display here. Oh, this attack, if it's not rebuffed, Stork is dead. We've got 6 carriers. We've got 7 carriers. We have 8 carriers now, not with a full complement of interceptors here. Okay, so attacking his own gateway to sync up the interceptors. And we've got 12 carriers here, but again, high ground. High ground. Scanning high ground here is Flash as well. Scanning. Targeting. Excellent micro here from Stork, as always, man. it looks like the Goliath count is dwindling right now, and the carriers are still here. Oh my gosh. Did he do it? Did he defend successfully here? And he did. He did defend successfully. Stork, you madman. All these tanks are dead. What is this? Dragoon up to the 12 o'clock base. They're getting cleaned out by Goliaths. And expanding top left here to replace these two lost bases here. What an insane game. Again, it's Roaring Currents. What else are we doing here on Roaring Currents? Insane games. That's what we're doing. Scanning all of the time. Scanning, seeing the carriers heading up, seeing these Dragoons heading up and counterattacking as well. Making 2 tanks and 6 Goliaths at the same time here is Flash. This is absolute insanity. Yeah. Okay, here goes nothing. Sniping it out. Everything looking bad here for Flash, man. And again, because of this carrier micro here from Stork, you cannot target the bodies. You can only target the interceptors, which again is a good idea sometimes, but sometimes, no, countering the interceptors here is not enough. And Flash, GG's out. What an insane game for our sneaky twofer here. We've got another Flash versus Stork game here for you. We're going to tack that on the end, but my goodness, carriers. Carriers looking good, man. What do we got? What do we got for carriers? We got a win on Roaring Currents against a Terran player against Flash. Absolutely insane. It was looking so bad for him. This counterattack, this base died, this base died. But getting this base up, I think, was super important. For Stork, not losing here was a huge deal, too. Using this high ground, using this extra high ground to kind of have the carriers on and do a really good job taking out this base of Flashes was huge. Harassing, killing some of the SCVs here was really nice, too. And yeah, I'm a little bit annoyed, I think, that our guy Flash didn't go for the Wraiths. He had the Wraith tech. He had the counter here. Snipe a couple lobs, cloaked Wraiths, destroy the carriers. It would have been so rad, but he didn't do it. He went for the Goliaths instead. He had more production available for Goliaths than he did for Wraiths. I understand that concept. But yeah, and this counterattack up here is actually going pretty darn well for Stork too. So this base is dead. This base is dead. Flash is out. He knows. He recognizes he's done. Oh, man. Man. What a game. So like I said, we'll sneak another game to the end of this if you want more Flash versus Stork. We'll get more of that for you. But 110,000 points for Stork today. 91,000 for Flash. This started with a Nexus first versus a CC first. And then Stork won. Incredible show from him. Carriers are good in the hands of somebody like Stork, like Snow, like Mini, like Rain. Some of the elite Protoss players we have in the world here. Units outproducing the Terran, getting outkilled by the Terran, but by a tiny sliver. Buildings raised 15-5 here in favor of Flash, but he lost in the end. And then resources here, a little bit of an outspend, but man, you tell me, the Protoss outspends the Terran here by just that much, by maybe 1,200 resources in 16 minutes. I tell you, they probably lose, man. But they won. Carriers can do that, man. Carriers can do it. So, GG, man. All right, that's going to be it for me today, except for, again, the second game, but enjoy that. But that's going to be it from me for now. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw, what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
Field stabilized. Intaro.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, it's going to be Stork and Flash here on Neo Sylphid. It's another RJB replay. Check him out at his YouTube channel at youtube.com/RJBTV. Top side, it's going to be Flash, our white Terran player, and the bottom left, it is Stork, who is our orange Protoss player. Now, Terran has been on a run in 2023 of winning ASLs, right? 3 ASLs in a row. But prior to that, PvT looked fairly one-sided, right? Flash makes Terran versus Protoss look easy, people said. But other than Flash, Terrans have a hard time with Protoss. Has that flipped, in your estimation? We'll have to see, right? We'll have to see if they keep winning ASLs. Oh, starting off with a proxy. Here is Stork. So we're going to do a proxy here against Flash, hoping to shorten the game. Hoping? That's not a word. Hoping to shorten the game, because the longer the game goes on, the more Flash has an advantage most of the time. Alright. So, Gateway in the middle of Neo Sylphid. 150 minerals. Bam! Right on time. Right on time, Mr. Stork. Is there going to be another gateway, and then you're going to scout with the probe? No command center first play. You respect Stork way too much to do that. Barracks coming up inside the main base. Very, very safe. And Steve the SCV scouting. Is he going to see? Is he going to see the gateways? No. There's no reason for him to go into the middle of Neo Sylphid. And Stork knows that is the case. So that's where he put his gateway. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Wait, where's the probe? Probe! Oh, hiding. Hiding behind this tree. Zealot. Zealot on the way. Why are you still here, Mr. Probe? Scout. Okay, there we go. Scouting. Steve the SCV says, no Nexus, no Gateway, one Pylon, a Simulator on the way. There is a proxy coming. So let's go ahead and try to find it, shall we? Bunker? Yeah, bunker up. Zealot on the way. Can we bypass the bunker or maybe cancel it by killing the SCV? No, not enough time. But it's only one Marine inside the bunker. We can bypass it. We can run past and just take a little bit of shield damage. Zoom. See? That's what I'm talking about. A little bit of shield damage on Robert the Zealot here. Robert the Zealot mech available at falconpaladin.store. Check it out. Yeah, so unfortunately, there's 3 Marines out now. They're Flash Marines, right? So, yeah, one of them's going to die, but 1 Marine for a Zealot is not a good trade for the Protoss. For Stork here. Second Zealot showing up. Do we want to get shots off on that bunker? Not really. No. Probe dies. Zealot. Oh, another Marine just died to second Zealot. Okay, hold on. Hold your horses. Oh, killing the SCV, building this factory is pretty decent. Another SCV has to be pulled off the line so the factory can complete, because the way you really shut this down is with vultures. Marines are pretty good at it, but vultures just instantly kill it. Look at this, too. This is why you set up a supply depot next to your barracks. So you can run between it and the fat Zealot can't get through there, you know? Yeah, this Zealot's got a kill. Another Zealot joins the party. I mean, this is pretty aggressive stuff. Somewhere, again, Artosis is really mad, but this is Flash we're talking about. What a sick SCV body block there. Sure, some Marines died, so what? He's fine. Dragoon goes for the run by. Dragoon fighting Marines. You know, the extra range is nice, but just a few extra hits to kill a Marine if you're a Dragoon versus being a Zealot. Look at this SCV, too. Got him. Got him, folks. Ooh, a 3-kill Dragoon. Now the tide, I think, is turned in favor of Stork. This is amazing by him. It's like 8 shots kill an SCV, though, so not the greatest harassing unit in the history of the world against Terran especially, but hey, they're fast. They got 4 legs. They can outrun these stupid Marines. Their shields do come back. Oh, why are you attacking this bunker? Okay, so this Dragoon is dead. Nope. Makes it out of there with 2 HP, baby. Awesome stuff. Expanding behind it is Stork. Expanding behind it is Flash. He knows. This SCV knows that the aggression is over because there's a second Nexus on the way. So he weathered the initial storm. A siege tank is out. Oh, a siege tank. Oh, I guess that was the idea. If it was just further Zealots, it would have been a vulture, but now that there is Dragoonage out, we definitely want a siege tank. Singularity charge is almost done, and it is complete. Okay, so now the Dragoons can defend this a little bit more easily and actually put a little bit of pressure up here. I mean, they outranged the bunker, but this siege tank is still a problem. You're going to go for it? I kind of support them going for it here. Another Dragoon going to pop out as well. What a great opening. This, man, I'm sure RJB was watching this replay and was like, yeah, this one. I'm going to send this one to Falcon Paladin. It has a great start. Whatever happens after this, whatever. But this has been pretty epic to begin with, regardless. Bonk. That's right. Take that, bunker. Right in the face. And the 2 tanks are like, you don't want to be here, friend. And the Dragoons are like, well, we don't want to be here, friend. Even with a Zealot, we don't. So, alright, second base warping in here now from Stork. Second base already done from Flash. Economically behind a bit here, Stork. You really do want to get a third base started as soon as protostly possible. Can you make it, is the question. Up here, maybe? Maybe take it over here. I know where the bases are inside the Fog of War because I've cast a gajillion games on this map. It's a good one. RJB says it's a favorite of his. For some reason, he says, just the 3 spawn locations kind of create interesting attack patterns no matter where the spawn locations are on this map, no matter where you 2 players are working, you know? Don't ya know? Oh, look at this setup. I don't know about this from Flash. It's a beautiful Dragoon concave. Yeah, you can jump on, maybe jump on the tanks? Okay, whittling down the Marines first, and then jumping on the tanks. 1 tank down. Boo-boo. Boo-boo. 2 tanks down. Spider mines exist. Can't jump on them anymore. Oh, this SCV is taking shots that should go elsewhere. Spider mine killed before connecting. That's really good target firing there from Stork. And yeah, got a retreat. Only 1 tank and 2 vultures survived the onslaught. There you go. Third base on the way from Stork left side. Minerals only, but he's going to need a lot of zealots anyway. So what, you know, not a big deal. Observer out. So the spider mines are less of a threat and more of a nuisance now. Not a big deal. But what's back here? There's 1 siege tank and a bunker. SCV's repairing the bunker already. Oh, is there another attack up here that I missed with these guys? Apparently so! So focused on this big one from Flash. Siege tanks don't have siege mode yet. Oh, Flash. Flash, Flash, Flash. Yeah, and I mean, these vultures just largely getting bleh, exploded. Okay, so all's well. A little bit of vulture play. Siege mode is done. Shuttle movement being researched. This is a giant popular map for Reaver drops, man. There's a lot of dead airspace back here you have to account for, if you're a Terran player especially. I don't care, remember the last PvT I cast on this map where it wasn't Reaver drops at some point. Just a big deal. I found this dude? How'd you find this dude? What is this? Proxy starport? Alright, Flash says 1 good proxy deserves another. I'm gonna proxy a starport down here, Stork. What you gonna do about it, friend? The answer is, well, nothing, because he doesn't know about it. That makes it tricky. What's he gonna... It's gotta be a dropship, right? He's gotta build a dropship out of this, bring some vultures down, and then, like, boom! Vultures in your mineral line at your main. I'm gonna call it your mineral line, because it's your main mineral line, right? English can do that. Yeah, there's nothing defending this. I mean, if a vulture showed up, the army's over here. Well, they're not even up there. The army's here! And kind of over here. They're not covering the third base at all either, but I guess this is your wall off, right? But vultures dropping behind this wall would be so killer too. Yep, control tower. I mean, it's going to be a control tower. Proxying a Wraith would be interesting, but not super effective, I don't think. Observer, seeing everything that's going on, but come on. Come on. What else is Flash doing? Making more factories? Building more vultures? Getting a Templar archives? Because it's either going to be High Templar or it's going to be Arbiters, or both, I guess. Sometimes it's both Storm and Recalls, which are pretty amazing. But yeah, look at this dropship. Dropship. The vultures are like, don't mind us. We're just running around scouting. We're not going to be picked up by a dropship. Nope. Dun, 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 dun. Look at this timing, too. They show up. Just have to wait a couple seconds. The dropship pops out. And look, be distracted by this vulture. Oh no, there's spider mines at your 4th base. Come deal with it, all the dragoons. And then dropships. Oh, this is so brutal. Look at, he pulled the entire army over here to deal with a single vulture, and bam. 1, 2, 3, 4. There is a dragoon here. Oh, what? How is there a dragoon here? Flash is like, what? No. Oh, the probe massacre. The great probe massacre of 2023 is upon us. Worker count falling precipitously here. The ones on the gas being target fired as well. They're here to fight for their lives, and they did it. Ooh, then a Reaver pops out. So that did not go great for Stork, but it wasn't the end of the world. He saved some of his dudes. Right? It was a good probe pull. He's down 53 to 61 workers, which is extremely bad. But he's got a third base, and he's got a fourth base warping in, and Flash is still on. Actually, he just landed his third, so never mind. Flash is keeping up economically because, of course, he is. No upgrades for the gateway units yet. Mech has +1 on the attack. Storm getting researched. And one good drop deserves another. Reaver dropping. Ow! Taking a Reaver shot. And the shuttles both die? Yeah, they do. Both shuttles die, but there are zealots here. And guess what? A Reaver showed up in your base because it is Neo-Sylphid. That's why the spider mines were there at all. It's because Flash knows this is a great map for dropping. Another big hit would be good. No, Siege Tank Fire, too strong. Shuts it down. Losing a couple turrets there, fine. But I mean, a Reaver, like 4 zealots, and 2 shuttles went down. Not a great trade for Stork. But that's okay. You're kind of making bad trades against a Terran player most of the time anyway. So that's why you have the extra bases. I love this group just being like, try it again. Try it again, Flash. I'm ready for ya. Just kidding. Everyone's going to evacuate the premises now. That's a scan. What did you scan? That all the premises are being evacuated because there's a cannon coming up to take over for it. There you go. Meanwhile, more scans are happening here at the natural base to see if they're actually leaving, I guess. Also, I guess scanning for a starport to see if arbiters are on the way, but they don't seem to be. So, going to be Reavers, going to be shuttles, going to be Storm. Not going to be arbiters yet. Anyway, this game is far from over. Love this 5th base. Like it a lot. Scans to see if there's a base here. There isn't. Oh, more drop-a-rooney action attempted. Did he try a storm drop there and it didn't work? I mean, with the number of tanks covering this general area, I'm going to assume he unloaded a High Templar, got evaporated, and then he went home with the rest of his High Templar in this shuttle. Yeah, one of them seems to be missing, doesn't it? Drop ship. How dare you? How dare you be here? +1 attack on the gateway units has completed. +2 attack on the way. Leg enhancements finally coming in at 13 minutes. These have been slow zealots to now, but I'm not sure that it's been needed. You'll notice this base hasn't been taken. That's because parking tanks here can reach this base. So against a Terran opponent, expanding here is just... Unless you can super well defend it, it's asking a lot. And it's just risking a lot too. So might as well skip it. Expand here, expand here, expand here, expand here. Try to out-expand the Terran player like crazy, and just maybe come back to this once you have the Terran player contained. That is generally how it works on Neo-Sylphid. Siege Tank, good unit. Alright, Stork moving out. Mech units, +1 attack. Working on +2, working on +1 armor, working on Charon boost. Not super necessary. There are some shuttles you wouldn't mind picking off, certainly, but way bigger deal if you're trying to deal with arbiters, you know? Okay, SCV might have thought about getting a 4th base over here. He's dead now, so those thoughts are no longer in his head. It's just tough. It's just tough right now to really do much to Flash. All these tanks are in an area only accessible by these little entry points. Oh, interesting run by. Why was there a High Templar on the ground? Oh, I love these vultures. Fighting a cannon like the absolute bosses that they are. Zealots are like, I guess we have to get in here. We really don't want to, though. Dragoons, where are you guys? Block them with your fat body. There you go. No getting into the main base, but targeting probes here like absolute just perfection. 60 probes remain, 62 SCVs on the map. And a 4th base floating over right side by Flash. Oh, we've got one building here too for a 5th. I like that quite a bit. Another scan, another couple scans. He's like, is there any sign of carriers yet? I think is what he's looking for. At this stage anyway. Maybe the whole time. Maybe every scan he's ever made has been looking for carriers. You really have to be prepared for them. Ooh, got a 5th base cancel. Stork did on that right side 3 o'clock position. Flash a little bit greedily went for. He just didn't have anything to defend it at all. But is the tank count too high? I don't know. A lot of tanks are here. Not many tanks are here, right? There's still 7 of them and a ton of vultures. 3 more joining the party. I don't know. Are we trading any tanks out for this, or are we just running gateway units to their deaths? Yeah. No tanks died. Stork decides to backtrack, saying, not exactly what I was looking for there. Kadarian Amulet on the way. Nothing special on the way from Flash. Just further upgrades, more vultures, more tanks. Fewer Goliaths. Again, no arbiters to deal with. No sign of carriers at all for our Protoss player. A couple for the shuttles. But turrets can do pretty well against shuttles on their own. Move in middle. This is, you have to slow this down if you're Stork. You cannot let these tanks wander across the map and just set up at your front door somewhere. So we're going to Zealot Bomb. We're going to Storm. We're going to say, hey, where are your vultures now? Look at this Zealot positioning. Yeah, just zoning those tanks out. These tanks not happy. They're being left behind by their buddies, but they had to because of where the Zealots were dropped off and where they went. Not bad. Not bad micro at all there from Stork. Pretty impressive stuff, if you ask me. High Templar dead. High Templar gets a Storm off. Another Storm off, largely killing themselves, but a couple SAVs died there. 60 to 56 in favor of Stork right now. Boom, boom. Ba-da-ba-da. I'm trying to land that 5th base again as Flash. Zealot says, not a great place for you, buddy. More Zealot bombing, and Spider Mines wipe out the tank very nicely. That is the whole idea behind that. Well, part of it, too, as another base comes up from Stork on the right side. It's Friendly Fire Tank Splash doing that, but Friendly Fire Spider Mine Splash, or Spider Mine Splash does the same thing. So map seems fairly split in half, but with these 2 bases coming in from Stork, not the last 2 bases available by any stretch, but bases nevertheless. We're running out of available places to go, and when that happens, if you don't have an economic advantage against Flash, you're in a lot of trouble. So Stork taking these bases, big deal. More scanning, just kind of middle of the map to see where this Protoss army is. Just a beautiful spread of tanks up here. I just don't know. Okay. Going seems like a really bad idea. Once the Zealots are dead, it's kind of just time to back out, you know? Good Storm, fine. High Templar eats it. More Zealots trying to join this party. Hold on. Hold on. Ooh, big Spider Mine hits down south. Storm softening up the tanks. Oh, good snipe on that. Okay, so that counts as a whittling the tank count down play for Stork. He needed it. He needed it. Knocking Flash down to 120 supply. He got knocked down to 100 supply, but you know what? Again, keeping that tank count down below... where are you going? Below 30 is going to be nice. Cannoning up this new base. Beautiful. Might as well take this one too at this stage, but here comes Flash. With vultures, though, if the tanks were still alive, this would be a much more intimidating play by him. Oh, this cannon coming up would be awesome. This one, too. It's just, now vultures are like, we're going to die, but we're going to kill as many probes as we can. Pick him up. He did. He picked up as many probes as he could. And then, there you go. Wiped out almost all of the vultures. I guess 3 of them made it out. You got a Spider Mine up this base. Flash working on increasing the tank count and the vulture count, so that he can make an actual push down this right side and wipe this thing out. 147 to 128 supply. Flash is up. He's up in workers too. 64 to 61. Shield upgrades on the way from the Protoss. He's got that +1 armor. +3 attack is already done. Some Protoss will kind of just skip the armor upgrade against Terran because, well, they're doing so much damage already, you know? Okay, so billion bases here from Stork. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them for Flash. Vulture trying to be active. Oh, gosh. Jumping down here and catching these guys out would have been an amazing pickup for Flash. He's been scanning, but just not... There you go. He sees him now, but it's a little bit too late to jump on him. Those windows, sometimes they open quickly and they close just as quickly. Would have been a massive win for him to be able to kill 4 High Templar with pretty much no resistance at all. Fewer storms good when your Protoss opponent is focusing on storms as a way to deal with you. More vultures cruising down bottom right to see if there's a base here. And there's a... Oh, I don't know about this. There are so many cannons here. All right. Well, they're going to focus down probes. They're going to get every probe here, but at the expense of like 10 vultures? I don't know. I don't know if that is worth it all. Flash working science vessels. Seems a little bit late to me. We could be going for science vessels with EMP a little bit sooner than the 22-minute mark, but perhaps not. Perhaps Flash knows exactly what he's doing. I don't know that he's lost a battle yet. I guess that last big one, I think Stork could feel like he won that last one. I don't know about attacking this base at all. There's no gas. It's a depleted refinery. I guess there are some supply depots. The command center's providing supply too, but oh boy. All right, we're just walking right on in here, huh? Fair enough, I guess. It's working. Zealots are in. Storm's in. He does it. I did not think he'd be able to wipe through there. Does not Flash under 200 available supply, which is insane. I cannot believe he pulled that off. But it's a dead base, so congratulations? Question mark? Because that's the question I'm asking. EMP hasn't been researched at 23 minutes yet either. Huh. 177 to 150 supply. Stork is up. There we go. Setting up these tanks, protected by this ridge. It's a good place to put tanks. You saw him do that at that base. Defensively, this is more of an offensive kind of a thing, where he's like, if you try to come down here and save your base that's under attack, you have to run through these tanks first. And then Stork says, oh yeah? What if I base race you? How's then? And it's like, I don't ever base race a Terran, I guess? That's how I feel about that. Why would you come up here? What do you think you're doing? Well, storm drop right side. 45 probes remain. That might have been a pretty big one. All right, good storm dropping. I don't know about attacking into here. It's a narrow choke. There's a ton of spider mines. Free science vessel is free, though. Yeah, backing out. Back it out. Maybe pick up, drop inside the main. Drop at another base somewhere. Flash. Ah, he takes this base. He's like, I know the Protoss doesn't want these bases. I'll take them. He still hasn't taken this one, which I feel like, I don't know. At this stage of the game, maybe it's time. He hasn't taken this one either, which I find very interesting. Out of Stork. Not that either player has a ton of cash to throw at new bases, but it's not horrible either. Clearing out spider mines with their little fragile bodies, the zealots. They're not fragile, they're tough dudes, but spider mines are just that good. Yeah, I do not like attacking up this at all. He's doing some zealot dropping, a little bit of storm, bruising up these tanks. He's like, I almost have to do this. These tanks, where are they going? Bye, tanks, see you later. Another High Templar unloads and he's going after SCVs rather than trying to soften up the tanks. Okay. 41 SCVs is not where you want to be at 25 minutes in a PvT as the Terran player or as the Protoss player. Not at all. Just, are we abandoning this base entirely? Is that what this move is from Stork? Okay. Arbiter Tribunal coming in. He decided he does want some Arbiter tech. Some stasis would have been really handy up through now, he says. Well, Storm, the cannons can't stop the tanks. Storm sort of can if you have enough of it. Oh, yeah. This might be GG right here. This is just a ton of Terran death to your newest base. Replacing it by taking this left side position, which again is so hard to defend. Oh, and Stork says, we go! He goes, allons-y! He's not going to defend this at all. You do what you want to do, man. Oh, setting up a tank in range of a cannon's not a great start. Oh, D-Matrix to keep it alive. Otherwise, it would have been dead. Yeah, okay. But look, Flash left stuff at home. He positioned himself perfectly to handle a counterattack like this. And, well, I think this is the beginning of the end for Stork. Flash doing what Flash does best, making Protoss look a little bit helpless, you know? Yeah, a Protoss maybe that's relying on Storm over Stasis might have a bit more trouble, you know? So Nexus dead, Nexus literally dead, and unless there's some miracle rabbit that could be pulled out of a hat right now, Stork's gonna lose this game. I like that he has this base, fine, but he lost 2 bases to take it, so he just exchanged 2 bases for 1. It gives Flash access to 2 more bases, which he's taking with glee. And anytime you have to engage here, it's a horrible thing. It's like, well, more Zealot dropping, I guess. Okay, tank down, tank. Only 2 tanks died with that round of Zealot drops. Not great at all. Okay, Zealot's getting on top of... No, Vultures, no. Not on top of tanks because there's Vultures there. And rebuffed. Stork gets rebuffed. 140 supply for him. 55 to 51 workers. He has a worker advantage, but he's on even base count with this guy coming in soon. Yeah, I mean, Protoss fans, what do you think? What do you think the options are here for Stork? How can he win this game? Does he have any Arbiters? Could he get some 6 Stasises off? Is it 2? Did he research Stasis? I don't know that he did. Guess we'll find out. There's an Arbiter here. Did he research Recall? I'm not sure if he did that either. Oh, we're trying to retake the 6 o'clock base as Stork, but there are tanks in spitting distance. It's a desperation play here from Stork, without a doubt. Where is that Arbiter? Where did it go? What? Oh, it's here. Generating energy. Fast as it can, which is not fast. Another scan. Just catching where the movements of the army are. It's just eye in the sky stuff here. It's so nice to be able to just, you know, sit back, press the scan button. Ah, the army's here. Ah, the army is here. Ah, the army is here. No fog of war if you're a Terran player at this stage of the game. Way too many ComSat stations for that. You can pretty much consistently scan non-stop, eh? Stork just seems lost. He's getting recall. He's going to go for some Hail Mary recall here soon. Again, these are just scans being like, okay, you don't have enough supply available to be going carriers right now. I don't have to scan your main to see if you have a fleet beacon or not. I can tell the number of Dragoons you've got means no. Like, attacking over here is death. Attacking up into here is equally death. He's just trying to maybe pull Flash out of position enough. It's like Pong, right? You hit a bunch of shots over here, and then when your opponent starts to overcompensate and cover here more than down here, that's when you take the shot down here. I guess air hockey is what I meant to say. I don't know. How many people have played Pong in 2023? Boop. 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 Yeah, so this game's over unless Stork can get something done soon. Recall's been researched. Here we go. He's going for a Hail Mary recall into the main base of the Terran player. But how many times have we seen that work? Right? Is that a high percentage chance move to win? Your Arbiter dies because there's turrets everywhere. You unload on Spider Mines, so some of your units die immediately. And then you get EMP'd by the science vessel that comes in, who escapes with its life somehow. And then the army responds, and you don't really have enough time to do a lot. You can maybe kill a couple factories and a couple supply depots, but it's not enough to really cripple the Terran player. It's more of an annoyance for Flash than anything else. He does unload a Zealot down here and kill an SCV at this bottom right. Yeah, okay, so like multiple... Oh gosh, do not lose it! Ah, he lost the shuttle with 3 High Templar in it! Ah, Stork, why? Why? Is he supply blocking Flash? Kind of. Sort of doing it. Zealots are focusing, well, they were focusing supply depots, which I always appreciate. I do think supply depot focusing is maybe the best thing you can do in this scenario, and let the Dragoons deal with the tanks as they show up. No Storm available on that High Templar. He dead. This bottom right area is pretty well covered, thanks. Just sent up enough to clear this out. Didn't send the whole army, didn't panic. So this Flash we're talking about. Dude, that shuttle with 3 High Templar in it dying was such a crushing blow for any Protoss fan watching this. Woof. Well, he sees this Arbiter. It's like, hey, what's up? I'm going to EMP you. And the Dragoons are like, no, you're not. Get away from my Arbiter, friend. It's Marines versus Scourge. Just the PvT version. Well, he did unload. At least he got a Storm off before he died. He didn't die inside a shuttle. More Plasma Shield upgrades coming in. 3-2-3 upgrades coming for the Protoss. It's been 3-3 from Flash for a hot minute. But this is map split in half territory right now. Worse. I think it's worse than map split in half territory for Stork, and that's just not going to do it against most Terrans, but man, especially Flash. This patrolling science vessel being like, you come in here, Arbiter friend. I will hit you with an EMP. How about that? How you like them apples? Another recall, trying to wipe out this base. Okay. All right, that was a bit of a win. And then maybe trying to get down here while distracted with this up here. Jumping on top. Man, stasis would be great, but I don't think it's been researched. Storm. The cloak being provided. The recalls being provided. That's a good Storm on a okay, a lot of SCVs. 55 to 43 workers. This command center is going to die. I mean, do you just want to finish it off, go in here and kill this one, or... Good Storm. There's really not an escape path right now, Stork. Maybe just go in here and wipe that out. Hang on, Protoss fans. I may have called this a tiny bit early. This is a nice move by Stork. But is he losing too much? Is he losing too much for this to work for him? Yeah, SCV is getting wiped out. They're trying to repair this command center to save it. Flash sending reinforcements in to save this command center. He knows what it means to him. But, I don't know. Are there enough tanks to deal this? Yeah, absolutely there are. Archon gone. 1 tank per Dragoon is not a good ratio if you're a Dragoon, and he saves the base. This one gets replanted immediately, and by that I mean rebuilt. He didn't have one ready to go, which would have been cool. 153 to 147 supply. This game might get an epic tag. This has been really good back and forth. Stork making a go of it here from a really difficult position. Alright, 173 to 155 supply. Everything gets EMP'd by this science vessel who has eyes in the back of his head. That totally sucks. Oh, and the 6 o'clock base has been here a lot longer than I thought it was gonna be. Really thought it was gonna be here for a much longer time. Or less time. Zealot bombing. Okay, thinning the tank count out. Here comes Stork. D-Matrix tank. Dead anyway. Not invincible, just a little bit tougher. Okay, more Zealot bombings. 170 to 160 supply. Stork falling back. This base is mined out. This base is the only income that he's got right now that the 6 o'clock is, well, gone. Now that it is gone. This bottom right base is back for Stork. This one never went anywhere. 46 to 43 workers. It is an overall army supply advantage, 189 to 173, telling us that story because the worker count is the same, but the tanks have 3-3. They've got... Okay, we're going to try to zealot bomb these suckers. Just kidding. Was it a fake out zealot? Did they not unload? Where's Artosis? That was a High Templar. I don't think he got a storm off. Yeah, this is not enough Protoss, I think is the technical term for it. Yep. The advantage that he had in overall army supply is gone. GG. Stork taps out. Flash is our winner in 36 minutes. Oh, man. That was something. That was something to behold. Are we surprised that Flash won a TVP and it wasn't against Bisu? Not really. I think Flash is insanely powerful against every Protoss not named Bisu. We've seen Bisu defeat him, but man, how many of these has he lost where the Protoss is not wearing a name tag that says, "Hi, I'm Bisu. You know, what's your name?" Woof. Just a beautiful, beautiful example of how to play TVP. Keeping this base alive was key for him. Obviously, the fact that the Protoss didn't want to expand to these bases was also huge. This map, not super friendly if you're playing against a Terran player. I still think Stasis would have been better. I just think Storm was okay, but man, I think Terran players complain a lot more about, oh, an Arbiter flew in and I had 20 tanks and now I have 10. Like that they complain about a lot more, at least in my Discord server, which I have one if you want to check it out. Ask me for a link to the Discord server and I'll give it to you. Anyway, beautiful stuff here from Flash. 100-yard dash. Just defending the recall inside the main. Never, just didn't do enough. Look, it rarely does. This is one of those times the attacker fails on an attack and GG's out, and I understand it. There's just not enough money left on the map for Stork to deal with this tank spread and these vultures and this much more income that Flash is rolling with than you have. So Stork tapping out made perfect sense, but a good back and forth. For a minute there, Stork might be able to get something done, but no. 313,000 points for Stork, 318 for Flash. Out producing the Protoss player, 839 to 619 was Flash, and out killing him too. So that helps a lot. Structures raised, 43 by Stork, 23 by Flash, and outspending the Terran player by 16, like 5,000 resources in 36 minutes. Not quite enough, right? We've definitely seen plenty of games in the past where it's a 10,000 resource difference in 15 minutes, and not enough. So you just need more in an almost 40-minute game. So GG. GG, well done. It's Flash. Again, are you surprised by the outcome? Not really, but I hope you had a fun time watching this anyway. So that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered and a Flash replay. Go ahead, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. And you take care of yourself.